Hello, traders. I'm uh, I got on here. I want to point something out here. I'm gonna put a 5 minute chart on over here. I'll put a 5 minute just for a minute. If you were watching my stream last night during Asia, we had a situation where I took a short when we went up here and we touched that breaker to the tick, or pretty close to it. We touched the fair value gap. Well, let's just put in that breaker real quick. So the breaker was here, and the fair value gap for that breaker was right here. Let's just put it on in there. And I talked a little bit about algorithmic movement. See where we touched that right there? Let's move it all the way forward to where we are right now. And that's actually the reason I entered where I did. Didn't quite make it there, but it was really, really close. And I was like, are we going to react off that? Because we have this fair value gap pushing through. So I was thinking, well, this fair value gap high would be a good place to enter. We poked a little higher. And then we started this crazy move down. Now, to me, that's algorithmic. It's also opening range low right here. This dotted line where the 1 is opening range low. New week opening gap was my target. Um, and then, of course, settlement's right here. I've got this at settlement right now, but if it reacts off this new week opening gap and starts going back up, I will kill this trade. Asia low here, and then of course settlement. Now, that's also the in log new week opening gap. Low is also right here too. So there's some draws down here, but I need to see it push through here with authority rather than slowing down and wanting to go back up and test some of this area. Because it could bounce at 20 and go straight back up to 80. I don't want that. Still just trading a couple of micros at a time, not getting too crazy. It's pretty volatile today. We're seeing some pretty big candles form. When you're getting 1 minute candles that are more than 20 points, like this one's a 1 minute right here. That's the longest one I see. And it's 30 points. I saw some of that movement just happened to be up during London, and I looked at it and saw what appeared to be a run up and then a 30-minute stop run, a 30-second, 30-point stop run right back to the bottom. So it does look like we're going to try to bounce a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and take off most of my risk. I'm going to kill this. That'll be my entry if we come back up. But I'm going to take off most of my risk here, just in case we decide to bounce back up. Get through 20, then we might be golden. 34. Come on, let's get the settlement. This is probably pretty close to 75% of the gap. So in log, pushing above it. Let's just look and see. I'm going to get rid of this opening range one. So that's our settlement. And we opened almost right where this high is. We opened right there. I believe that's 930. Yep. So half gap was here. We filled it. We pushed through. We're at 75% of the gap. Going back to half the gap is quite possible. And that would be at 94. That would be right at my entry. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off, anticipating a pullback here before we push through. I'm thinking we could at least go to 55. We've got two really nice fair value gaps here and a volume imbalance right here, 50% of the gap here, and we just eclipsed the 75%. So a push back up is highly probable, and I don't want a bunch of my profit to erode while that happens just in case it continues. I don't think it'll continue up very far. We got a lot of fruit down low, and we did take out that opening gap from that I had marked out. If you watched the live stream last night, we had an opening gap right here. I have it marked. The high of it was at Thursday's settlement price. We took it out this morning and then fell out of bed here. So I missed that trade. I slept in today, but we did bounce in the 20s. I think this is definite target to watch to the upside for a possible re-entry short. Right here. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put in a fair value gap here and see how price reacts to it. I'm also going to do a 5-minute chart. That 5-minute fair value gap is pretty big. This volume imbalance right here is one that I'm concerned about. I think we could revisit it because it's right here at the 50. Put two lines on it. I'm just going to label it volume imbalance. And we'll put 5 minutes. It may not get back up there. This is the 1-minute fair value gap. 5-minute fair value gap is quite large. But this is all sell side. So I think we need to offer a little bit of buy side in here before pushing on down if we're going down to these. These are our targets. That was our overnight fair value gap in Asia that we have not offered back to. Could be a possibility we go back to there. Or we could just fall out of bed and continue falling the rest of the day and I miss this. But the stalling to me says we need to regroup just for a minute. We're coming up on the 1050 macro will be coming up soon, and working back into one of these fair value gaps is highly probable. You can see the momentum slowed for sure. When it does that, coming back, running some of this liquidity, it's highly likely. 15-second chart. Do we have any? I mean, that volume imbalance is the last green candle. We have these highs right here at 55. I think at the very least, offering back up into here is pretty probable right now. So we'll just wait. I got some nice profit on that. Up on the day, $532. I may just call it right there. I don't know. It's going to have to be a really premium setup for me to take another trade. And continuations are difficult. But we do have, I think this is algorithmic. Last night, when we saw it, it looked algorithmic. You know, we pulled away, ran some lows, came back and touched that sucker right there. And that was a signal for me to go short. And I made a little bit. I was just trading 1 and 2 micros because Asia can be pretty choppy. And, you know, that touch was beautiful. And then to see it touch that area again or push through that area again with a fair value gap to the downside, to me, it's just, I'm gonna make sure I've got that exactly right because I think we may have touched the bottom of that thing. No, we didn't quite get there. I'm a little bit off on it. And that's all correct. Little volume imbalance there. So I don't know. To me, that says price wants to react right there. And now we are pushing back up. So we'll see what happens. We worked into this fair value gap right now. This is a 1 minute fair value gap. And it is bearish. I'm feeling like more like this volume imbalance might be our target to the upside. But if it reacts off of this, I mean, I gotta trade what I see, not what I think. So we would want candle bodies closing below the halfway point of this. The wick can go all the freaking way up there, and the candle still close below here. So that's what we're looking for, is a candle bodies respecting the halfway point of this fair value gap. If it doesn't do that, then we go to this fair value gap, and we want candle bodies respecting the middle point of it. And we just kind of keep working it up until we get something that the market respects. It may be this one, where I have that one from overnight, because this is a nice size fair value gap. I'm going to overlay it. I just think that would be really crazy if the algorithm is referring to something that happened last night during Asia. That would be kind of cool. I don't know that that's going to happen, but it's just science is my degree plan, and I really like to do things scientifically. And when I see stuff like that, that is like scientific price delivery, like something you might see from a computer program, kind of charges me up a little bit. I'm happy with that I killed that program, that trade I was in. This is looking pretty good. This is 50% of our opening gap right here. That could be just reaching for that. So we've already traded through this one. Now we're all the way up into this one. Let's see if it respects it. And on that one, we have to include the volume imbalance. I'm going to change the color on this one. Just to see if it's a possibility that it wants to work back into there. I think this is our reversal point right here, but can't take a trade just because you think it's going to reverse there. You got to see, how would we know that's a reversal point? Well, we would see we have nothing but green. We could go to a 15-second chart and maybe find us a breaker to work off of, but we would need to see a fair value gap pushing away and respecting. So our breaker would be right here. No fair value gaps yet. And this looks like it could be one forming. That's a nice one. Can we get one beneath that gets respected? Right now, all we did was take out a recent swing low. All right, so yeah, we did not validate it. We are pushing back up through. We're actually, because we invalidated it, we're going to have more upside. I think this is our target. I really do. I think this little yellow box right there is going to be our target. I'm going to take this one off so we don't get confused by it. But I think this yellow box, possibly this orange line, is going to be our target for the downside move. And you can see we all have all these relative equal highs there too. So that would be a good push if we are in fact going to end up going to settlement today. That'd be a nice little push down. Man, I am in on a Ninja Trader competition, and I'm probably about to get stopped out on that dude. Let's see. Yeah, I'm already back to my entry. So I had my take profit at settlement on it. I'm maxed out on my position size. For some reason, I tried to get in a couple of times and it wouldn't. It kept on saying order rejected, order rejected. But finally, I got in, and so this would have been $300 or $400. I think we'll be good because I think this is our rejection point. But maybe we push past settlement. Maybe we get all the way down here into the 4-hour RTH. So we have these down here, relative equal lows on the 4-hour. I mean, it's a competition. Might as well swing for the fences, huh? I'll put it down here at 25.8. They're giving out 8,000, actually 400,000 worth of prizes, paying the 400th place on this. So I'm hoping I can get a little bit of money out of that deal. Let's see what we're doing. So we pushed through that, got into this fair value gap, a small volume imbalance on the 15-second chart. This is looking like we found, we just went to 26.1. This is kind of looking like we might, what's 1 minute look like? So the 1 minute breaker would be right here. Yeah, if we can close below there with a fair value gap, I'm going to look at the 15-second and just see. We have one pushing here. Tried to make it back up, couldn't. Yeah. We also have a 15-minute, a 5-minute fair value gap to the upside right here that we could be working into for more upside. So we just got to keep an eye on that. Not convinced enough to jump back in. We are in not quite to full bore steal money mode. That happens usually between 11 and 12:30, but we're getting close. We're almost to the macro, the 10:50 macro, Texas time. So we didn't push through here with a fair value gap. We stalled. So I would need to see something really convincing to show me that we're going further down. I really think this could be the upside target. So I'm going to let it play out a minute. I'm gonna get me a cup of coffee. All right, got the coffee. Looks like we've had a few head fakes to the downside. I do believe I want to see this be a target. This is a from Asia. From right there. I want to see it be a target. I want to see it stop and fall out of bed right there. Take out this green wick. Respect this fair value gap. There is a volume imbalance there, so we could work into it. But I want to see it do that, and then let's go to settlement. We took one. We took that one. But I don't believe we took this one. It's in not 100% straight steal money mode, but we're pretty dadgum close to straight steal money mode here. Why wouldn't we take that one? We worked into this fair value gap. We got above it. And then we fall out of bed 40 freaking points. The 5-minute chart, it did take this 5-minute high and work into this small fair value gap here. That could be all it wants. A small volume imbalance there on the, is that a volume imbalance? It is. On the 5-minute chart over here, there's a small one right there, and we just took it out, took out that wick. So this could be the reversal we're looking for right here. If it is, where would we want to get in? Round number, that wick, I don't know. This one definitely is not in play anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. Volume imbalance there. I saw London do this last night. Similar pattern, came down, took out that volume imbalance, left the lows, and went all the way back up. Similar kind of a pullback. I could probably, if I'm extended, yeah, I am. Will this be around the time frame? I think it was this one right here. This one right here. We went up and we took that high and appeared to be going higher. And then we had this big rip down, leaving the lows, and then went on higher. And I was in a long at that point and got smoked, and I was pissed off. So volume imbalance here, 5-minute chart, one there. Now this could be our reversal. That could be all we wanted. So then comes the question of where do we get in? As far as fair value gap, I think this is the one I marked on the 15-second chart, but we have a new one now. It's right here. As far as a 1-minute breaker to the downside, it would be that guy. So we would need a fair value gap beneath it, and we would need it to be respected, preferably leaving this low. We took that one by just a tick on the MNQ. I don't know how it looks over here. Yeah, that 5-minute fair value gap corresponds well with this one. We took that one by a tick. This one is 112, and this one is, hey, that's 112. That's equal highs. 112, 112. So we did not take it on the big contract. We only took it on the small contract. To me, that's still a target. So I'm not willing to jump in just yet. And you can see we pulled back. We did not leave that fair value gap open. So this isn't a fair value gap. Only one we have right now with the downside is up here. I could see this still being a target up here. Until we see the fair value gap and it being respected, we can't expect more downside. We're just reworking this upside 5-minute. We are in the macro, top of the hour. That's what I would trade if we get up into here and reject. We have a 1 minute here, pushing through what I think is a key level. So I'd like to revisit that key level. Maybe y'all can help me out with this. How on some days I get into the market and I'm so patient and I have areas where I am willing to take a trade. And then I'm very patient. I wait for it. And then other days I approach the market and I feel like I'm in desperation mode. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't have any idea where price is going or what's happening. And take a bunch of stupid gambling trades. Why in the world would I do that when I don't need to? Is it old habits? Like right here, I might on a bad day, I might be saying, you know, even though the trend for the day is down, I think we could reverse here and go all the way back up to the high of the day. That would be a stupid trade to take, in my opinion. I think we're going up there, but the trend is down for the day, 100% down. So to go against it, I mean, do we have days where the market goes up, goes down, and then reverses? Yeah, and we did take the new week opening gap, and we have pulled away the fair value gap. This is a bullish breaker right here. We've got fair value gaps to the upside with volume imbalances. We've worked into them. More upside is definitely possible. But that just doesn't feel right to me today. I think settlement is where we're headed. So I'm waiting for a pullback. If I don't get it, I've already got some money. I think settlement is definitely in play. And we have these 4 hour relative equal lows down here. They're 50 points apart. And we also have this big regular trading hour gap, this new week opening gap, and this big regular trading hour gap down here. I think it's possible that we offer that way. I mean, we got pretty close to the all-time highs and wanted nothing more to do with them. Could we test them again? Sure, we could. I think we were finding willing buyers at a higher price, and this is where we're headed. This is off. If that's settlement, why is this all the way down here? It should be there. So we're in between the quadrants of the opening gap. We did poke into the 50% mark. Is the chart froze again? It did freeze for a second there, I bet you. Hey, corn dog. Good morning, Chase. How are you? Good. Is today your Marshall's Day? Oh, I thought you started orientation today or something. Wednesday, Wednesday. Yeah, this is the part of the day where you're like, oh man, can I watch this paint dry? I know audio's a problem with my microphone on my computer. It's not quite loud enough, so I try to lean in close, but sometimes it's going to be in and out if I sit back in my chair. I'll try to remember to lean forward. I'm going to take a peek at Ninja Trader real quick. It's sitting pretty close to my entry. I'm going to go ahead and kill it. Um, Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. And I'm gonna try to get another entry right here to sell short. I may miss this trade, but I just think I think that these are too equal. I mean, this is even a possibility, in which case I'd probably be getting stopped out. But I think just in case I forget I even have a good competition going, I'm gonna put it at settlement. Be right about around there. You know, if we get filled, then to push down the settlement will get me a decent profit. But the people that were sitting at their computer and got in here, they're the ones that are going to win this competition, I believe. And I fell asleep at the wheel. I would have taken that trade. I would have just marketed in and I would have been in the money. Let's see what the leaderboard's looking like. View leaderboard. Yeah, look at that. We got people in the 2000s already. It pays to 400th place. And so that guy right there would be my target right now. I need to get up. I need to get some more money out of my pocket for that competition. If I get 400th place or better, I'll get a $100 bill. And these people, you know, they're still trading, so they could lose. It runs all the way till 3 o'clock this afternoon. But if you haven't joined any of those competitions, I recommend it because they're free and you can win money. Well, why not? These are the products you can trade. There's a few more. You can do crude oil or you can do euro. But position size is small. These people would have had to have gotten in at that top to make that much money on 3 micros already. Or they may be trading gold or something else. I don't know if you could do, you may be able to do 3 contracts on each of those. I don't know. It's my first competition with them, really. Yeah, I would like to see it. I'd like to see it push up there eventually. Right now, it doesn't look like we're doing anything. London close is in 14 minutes. We could see some fireworks at that point. I think if I would have been paying attention to Ninja Trader when it got down here to the new week opening gap, if I would have killed it, I would be in the top 400 over there. But it's hard for me to pay attention to focus on multiple things. I'm a I'm not one to focus on multiple things. That don't look too pretty. They went into straight steal money mode, didn't they? It will eventually break this range to the upside or to the downside. And just be patient here. Be real patient. I'll try to remember to aim forward. This is the time of day where I typically will put an alert in my phone. Like I would put, this is 112. Maybe I put an alert in my phone and I walk away because I don't really like, I lose my patience sitting here watching these candles bounce. It looks like we're going to get some action here pretty quick. London close 6 minutes. through printing them again. Man, it is being cantankerous. I'm going to be moseying around. I don't want to end the stream because when it takes that, I will be getting in a trade if it takes that. But I can't sit in this chair any longer. I'm going to do a little gambling over here in the Ninja Trader account just for some tradertainment. Was it filled or was it rejected? We need to close this one out. So it filled me, but it didn't put in my take profit and my OCO. I don't think I can add it at this point either. It won't let me drag. I can add it over here. And then we'd be adding it at about 12. We're long, so we would want to do 3 at 112. Yeah. May not get a fill. I may end up losing money on this, but we'll see. London just closed. That's their MOC, market on close. I don't think we'll leave those relative equal highs untouched, but I might end up blowing my competition here. Kind of wish I would have waited for that dip all the way down to here. Yeah, candle body's respected the halfway point of that. And then this would be our bullish breaker. So yeah, it's a possibility. And we also have this one. Well, the high, this one is our breaker here. We're already tapping back into it. Yeah, I like that. I like this as the take profit there. Had to take a little heat. See how those standings are doing. What happened? Why is it logging me out? Okay, leaderboard. There's a few people still making some money. 483. It's at 275. Load more rankings. 113 is at 800 bucks. Hmm. This is going to get me a little closer to the top of the pile, I'd imagine. Hopefully, it keeps going. Ninja Trader has a pretty decent platform. I've traded with them when their only web base was Tradabate. That's where my personal brokerage is through Tradabate. I don't trade it right now because I don't want to waste my hard-earned money on a maybe. Still, I did at first. That was how I was learning to trade, was with my own money, and I was losing it all. So now my goal is to use the prop firm to fund my personal brokerage eventually, and just trading a couple of micros or whatever. But with the prop firms, you have a lot more leverage, and so there's a lot more potential for big gains. Really didn't want to see that. So, like if I was trading my personal brokerage, unless I got it up to a whole bunch of money, I would only be trading micros anyway. And with the prop firms, you can eventually, I mean, even with a good trading signal, you can get in with a mini and make some serious money real quick. Yeah, this isn't looking good. We should not have come all the way back down here. We did bounce off of this, so that's good. If we do an immediate rebalance and we go straight back up, I'll be much more confident. But see, this is right here would be a bullish uh, order block that we just bounced off of. But we would need an immediate rebalance. And to continue up, we needed to get above these highs on this candle or the next. There is a small volume imbalance right here. It could hit it and reject, or we could blow on through it. An immediate rebalance would be the big red, big green. We don't want to see this one working back down into the halfway point even of this for it to remain bullish. halfway only. Any further than that, we're in trouble. Yeah, we're in trouble. So this one's got to go. Maybe I can get it green again. Yeah, I should have killed it. Hmm. I wonder if they have a reverse button. I'm going to try 70 short. 3. Why does it keep changing? Oh my gosh. I'm going to stay out of it. I'm in a position still. I thought I killed it. The only way I've found to kill this is on Trade Evade, it says exit and close right here, or exit and cancel. It cancels all your orders.
Order rejected.
So you can't get two over here and two over there. I think that's still our area of interest right there. I'm going to try one over here with a TP right there. May get smoked. No risk now. Just keep going this time. Go get that. Go get that big take profit up there. One time for me. One time. Uh-oh, it already stopped me on Topstep. Went back to 81. I won't mess around with it anymore, but I do like this one over here. See if anybody's losing their hiney over here. Looks like these people just keep on making more and more. I think if I can get up in the 300-400 range, I should be able to get at least $100 bill out of this competition. So they pay from 4th to 400th place, they pay $100. Right now, these guys are in the big money, $8,000 for first place. Back down to 79. No, this ain't right. Topstep froze again. There we go. I was going to mark out opening range low over here. So it would be this one right here, opening range low. And that's kind of what we're bouncing off of right now. It's right here at that volume imbalance, opening range low. just going to change that. Good Lord, that was quite a drop. What are you doing to me here, Ninja Trader? Oh, everybody. NASDAQ. Did Trump say something? I'm going to close that out. I don't know, folks. This isn't looking like anything I want to be a part of right now. Um, this is our breaker from the last push up. We just pushed below it with a fair value gap. If we respect it, I will take a short. But we got to wait for 45 seconds to see if it's going to be respected. We already pushed down here once. Didn't like it. But we've tried to push up multiple times. It's after 11. We're forming a volume imbalance here. Let's see how this candle finishes. $69, $70. We'll try 70. We're just going to do one. That's it. Just one. And we'll try it over here too. 70. We'll do 3. Why did it put my ATM? There it is. There's my ATM. Just in case we do run up to those highs, that'll get me there too. And it could take that 5-minute low right there and pop straight back up to the highs. Man, it's just a tight little range. It's really iffy. But we're not showing a willingness to get back up to those highs for sure. We'll see. We're filled on both. Playing off of this fair value gap right here. And the fact that it pushed through the last push up, that breaker. But we could definitely go all the way back up to the top here. So I'm going to want to get break even as soon as I get a little space. The high of that breaker is all the way up here to 90. Yeah, we're in take Potter's money mode. We took this low, wicked into that volume imbalance, And now here we go up. Back to opening range low. Could still reject. If this one doesn't continue on down, I will probably just watch for that 112, and that would be the only place I'd be willing to get back involved. That's something that I've noticed. If I keep watching these things, especially in a crappy little situation like this, I will find an area to get in. That convinced me that we're going to go ahead and push on down. I talked myself right into it. We're respecting 80. I don't want to lose $50 on this trade, so I'm getting out. It was probably going to go my way, but I'm getting out. It's one thing bad about the breaker situation when you're trying to play off of a breaker, which I'm going to delete that one now because it's not been respected at all, is it makes you enter at the bottom of the range. And when we're in a range like this, it's real easy to get smoked on that. So typically, I just don't even like to trade in a situation like this. If I am going to enter, I'll be entering, and I'm short-minded, I'm going to be entering at the top of the range short, not the bottom of the range short. But that one looked like it was going to push, and then it didn't. So it's just the market giving us more information that it doesn't want to do anything right now. I still think this is the area to go short, and I might take one more if it gets there, but I'm getting really sick of watching it. Really sick. So I think I'm going to go with the idea of putting that in my phone. It'll probably beep at me in about 10 seconds, but I'm going to do that if it gets here, and I believe it will. Look for a reversal pattern. I'm going to end the stream right there. Hope y'all made some money today. I'm going to check real quick, see if I got any comments. Nope, I'm the only one watching, looks like. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Maybe I'll put on the stream tomorrow. I'm supposed to be getting my microphone in so y'all actually be able to hear me better. Well, I hope. So, good luck to y'all.